What's up, guys? Army-Firedawg back again, and today I actually have the review time of the Sony MDR-ZX330BT. Long name, but very simple and straightforward product. This is their more or less introductory Bluetooth headphone, and it was actually sent to me courtesy of the newly relaunched website, Secondipity.com. So huge shout out to you, my friends. And for those of you who don't know, Secondipity is a site that sells remanufactured or refurbished products. So you can get, for example, the $100 MDR-ZX330BT. Instead of $100, you'll pay $40. And as you can see from here, everything looks and performs just as if it was a brand new product. So huge shout out to you, Secondipity. I greatly appreciate the opportunity and the being gracious enough to allow me to have a coupon code for my subscribers. So if you remember from unboxing video, or if you've watched it since then, I now have the coupon code Firedawg that you can enter at checkout to save an additional 10% off during the times of May 1st, today, through 15 May, which is their special relaunch period. So it's only 14 days, so definitely hop onto it while you can. But anywho, pleasantries aside, let's go ahead and jump on into the review, shall we? So as always, I like to start with the construction. So the construction of this is, it's honestly about what you'd expect for the $100 range product. I'll assume it is the fully priced product. It's made pretty much solely plastic, and it is on the cheaper spectrum of it. But even this part here, it looks aluminum, but it's just a high gloss plastic. The only padding is on the ear cups. You don't even get padding on the handband itself. You just get the plastic. There's not much bend in it, so you need to be careful how you flex it. And there's also no folding to it. The only folding is this 90-degree swivel on the ear cups. All of your control buttons are right here on the right-hand side, and the responsiveness is adequate. Once you get used to where it's located at, it flows pretty well. I do like how, however, the forward and back and play. It's just a simple, I can just slip it right here, and if you push the button in, it will play and pause. Also, it does have a microphone that I was told they can hear me clearly. However, I did sound distant. So you can take it for what it was. I actually can't really complain. I wonder if you can hear the thunderstorm out in the windows. It's raining pretty hard here in Charlotte. A downside, a huge downside that I really didn't like and actually nipped me in the butt a couple times is there's no auxiliary port option. This is a Bluetooth only headphone. So if your batteries die, which granted it is a pretty good battery life at around 8 hours. I was pretty consistently getting about 8 hours out of it. But you're SOL. You're crap out of luck. You just got a paperweight. Now moving on to the comfort. The comfort, your experience may vary, but this is also something I feel it keeps going by the wayside, especially in the mainstream consumer priced audio, which this one will rely on between $40 and $100, depending if you buy new or refurbished from Secondipity. Is they focus more on the looks than they do the comfort or sometimes even sound. And this, it falls into that. Now, with that being said, this was not that uncomfortable, even for a super oral or on-ear style. I was actually able to wear these for about 3 hours on end before I was done. Now, usually with super oral headphones, I'm only getting about 45 minutes, 30-45 minutes, and then my ears are hurting because all the pressure is on the ears here versus a circumaural, which uses your head as a caveat for the pressure. Now, these do have larger ear cups than your standard super oral. Despite not having the padding on the headband here, I really actually didn't have much issues with it, believe it or not. They're so lightweight that it worried me. They didn't fall off even during the run. It stayed on pretty well, even when I was getting really sweaty during my run. Now, with that being said, those are not sweat-proof, so I do not recommend them to be worked out in. You can potentially damage the driver. I'm simply saying they stayed on while I ran. That's it. But enough about comfort. Let's all move on to the sound, which is probably what y'all care about. Most of the time, anyway. So, the sound on these was a little bit of a disappointment. Now, I was expecting a very, very sharp V-shaped sound curve, which I pretty much always get in this price point. A lot of people like that. A lot of the mainstream crowd, they like that. A lot of your even average audio enthusiasts like the V-shaped sound. It's more fun. It's more enjoyable. It highlights the fun aspect, being the treble and the bass. However, the mids are extremely recessed, so I don't get that full sound. Also, the soundstage is very small, like it's like right in your face. And also, there is no depth or space. And bear with me, the best way I can describe this is, imagine a wall, okay? Like this wall here. All the sound sounded like it was coming just straight from a wall. There was no separation at all anywhere in the sound. It was all in one plane right here. Versus, okay, I have my trumpets here, saxophones are here, my drums are way back here, my artist is sitting right here. They all sound right. Just one layer. That's the best way I can describe that. So for listening to music, yeah, I can listen to them. You can hear the music and you could enjoy it. I just recommend it as a daily pair. They're a niche headphone and they have their niche uses. But before we completely wrap these off, let me jump into the individual aspects. So hopefully we can revive the sound of this. So starting with the treble. The highs on here were actually very impressive. I really enjoyed the treble on these. The highs extended pretty far, like when listening to the song Color of the Moon. The beginning chime got really high. It didn't come up high and then slip off. It actually extended a pretty good amount. It's not just for the price point, but in general. I got a lot of energy transfer, like during the peaks of the violin parts. I had great energy transfer. I had a great emotional hit, especially when I was running. And the violins, I got that adrenaline spike from the pitch that I was like, there we go, get my final quarter mile or whatever I was doing in. In terms of just the treble, I don't have any complaints. They are very good on the highs on the 330BT. I'm just going to shorten that name down. The mids, as I pointed to earlier, you guys know me by now. I am a mid-focused person. I love the mids. That's how I feel the emotion, the feelings of the artist that's being portrayed. I want to feel what they're feeling, and I feel that in the mids. And then with the Sonys, they're just really recessed. I can still enjoy them. I can, but I just don't get that full feels from the mids. Well, that's all about the mids, is they're very subdued out. Now, going to the bass. The bass on here is about what I expected. Very heavy, because that's the fan favorite. Everyone likes the bass. But they've got some punch. While listening to one of my favorite songs to test the bass is When the Beat Drops, and it's the Naruto AMV variant. There are so many different remixes of this song. I have no idea what the original song sounds like. There's so many different variants. But the one in this Naruto AMV really hits it. It's a constant beat. It's a constant heavy beat. It backs off. Towards the end of the video, it tests the bass's speed. So I have bass depth, I have bass extension, and towards the end of the video or song, I have the bass speed and recovery, which is what a lot of people don't think about when they listen to the bass hit. With those, they give me nice thump. Like when I'm listening to dubstep, which is my favorite thing to do cardio with, is dubstep and electronic music to get myself in the rhythm of the run. They hit very, very good, and I get that feeling. But oh my dear goodness gracious, is the decay horrible. At times, not all the time, but at times, the decay is so bad that it actually overlaps into the next note, which goes back into an earlier example of the soundstage. It all sounds, it's very hard to tell separation from one instrument to the other. It's just all one note of if it makes sense to you. But to sum up the Sony MDR-ZX330BTs, they're a very niche headphone. I do feel they could perform better, even at their price point. They do have workouts very well. Again, I don't recommend you do it because they're not rated by Sony to be sweat resistant. So use them at your own discretion for working out. Sweat may blow your drivers. But they're a very fun headphone. I wouldn't listen to them as my daily listeners, but they have their niche when I'm just wanting to have a good beat, just enjoy your music, don't care about the details, just want to enjoy or want to go wireless. They perform very, very well. They were very good hands-free. I heard them very well, whoever I was talking to, and they heard me very well, minus sounding a little bit distant. But on a side note in my conclusion, again, these headphones are refurbished. As you can see, they look new and they performed as if they were a brand new product. So the website Secondipity, they really took care of the products when that was sent to me, which does a great job at kind of wearing off the anxiety people have about buying secondhand. I really recommend you guys check them out. They are having a sale. Some of their products are even up to 60% off. They're having some giveaways and prizes. They were talking about on my emails, but you can go to the website to learn all about that. And again, you can use my coupon code, which to the best of my knowledge is in addition to whatever sale they would have. Like if they have a product that's already a certain amount off, use my discount code Firedawg for an additional 10% off. But guys, actually about it for the review of the headphone with a really long name. If you have any questions about those, anything I've had in the past, or Secondipity at all, hit me up in the comments, guys. I reply to everyone, and I love talking to y'all. We've had a great conversations. Even some of y'all regulars, I love talking to you guys. I mean, I'm all honesty. I love hearing what you've decided on. It might be a completely separate product than what, hey, you said, hey, I'm thinking about this product. What do you think? And you went another route. That's cool. Let me know why. What caused you to like that? What feeling did you get with that certain headphone or earphone, whatever? This is why I love music, is it appeals to everyone in a completely different matter. And the more I talk and more talk with people and again meet people at meets or whatever, the more I love this field, the more I love this hobby, this aspect, if you will, of audio. But if you really like the video, guys, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Keep yourself on the field in. But as always, my name's Army-Firedawg. It's been a pleasure. But most importantly, please, especially if you have weather like this or in Kentucky where it's flooding, stay safe.